Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome back everybody.
Right, thank you everyone for all the views on the Oriental Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I know not everyone's into doing Oriental Christmas trees and things like that, or doing square pieces of wood. So I'm going to be turning another one today, but I'm going to do a normal type one. Show you how to get around it with your carbides, make sure you get nice clean cuts, and we're going to need this bit to do something else. This is going to be a lovely little gift for Christmas. So if you want a really nice gift that you could make a nice bit of money out of, and all, if you want to sell them,
me the money.
then all you got to do is watch the video, guys. Or if you don't want to, skip whatever, do whatever you want to do. You're here. So let's get going. I'm using the Rutland's chuck because, well, I want to test it out, make sure it works over a period of time, you know, see how it goes. I can't see there be any problems with it. I've just put my centre. You do what you have to do for this, okay? We're not talking about the bits and gadgets and bobs and things. We're just gonna, right, I'm gonna get this to round first off and get tenon put on it. Excuse me. Now I've done the thing about using carbides. I've done all the traditional tools. Look, carbides, look, they're just all wood turning tools, okay? So I'm just using my wood turning tools. I'm going to use a variety of tools to get the job done, what I'm doing. And I suggest you do the same. Use whatever tools you want to use, no matter what, okay? I've said before, guys, one of my favourites is a little screwdriver that I have sharpened as a little round skew. Works absolutely fantastic. So if it's a tool, if it can turn wood, I'll use it. It's a tool. It don't matter what make it is, it don't matter anything. Don't get bogged down by all this traditional carbide rubbish. Use them all. They're all for turning wood. Right, okay, I'm going to rough this down. As I said before, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use me defined by rough and gouge. I haven't really sharpened it. I've used it for a few bits. So I'm just going to rough it down with that. Still testing these tools out. Right, that's round. That's clean. Right, I need to put a tenon on here. It's going to go in my jaws. Now, I'm just going to go as a rough. If I go there, 2, 3, 4. Right, a little bit for a stem. So yeah, I can put a nice little tenon on the end of that. If you've got dovetail jaws, do a little dovetail tenon. I've got my sharp jaws, so I'm going to go now. That's it, about there. That should give me plenty of room there. Just clean that up, make sure I've got this very nice crisp shoulder. I don't need a dovetail because I'm going past the dovetail here. Okay, right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to taper it a little bit with the roughing gouge, okay? Now when you're doing the tapering, don't try to head to a taper like this. Don't do that, because you'll find it awkward to get a steady taper. Just put your tool on, and as you go forward, raise your handle, and it will naturally taper. Okay, just raise the handle. I don't want to take too much away from there, so I'm coming down. Raise the handle. So put it on, bevel on, raise your handle, put it on, raise your handle, and you'll get a nice little slow taper going on. Right, okay, we're done with that tool. That's it, let's stop this, get this in a chuck. And we get a beautiful finish as well. There we go. Right, let's put this in there. Now, when I was saying with the sharp jaw, now you got if you're going to do a dovetail, you can only do 6mm, because if you go past there, it will just, as soon as it touches that bottom lip that starts to slope up, it will keep pushing it forward. You don't want that. So if you're going to go for a straight, you must go past that. Okay, if you're going to use a straight tenon like I've done there. So I'm right just past the upslope, so I'm grabbed by that groove and that groove. They're grabbing onto it, okay? And tight and a nip. That is it. Tight and a nip. That's all we need. Don't over tighten your chucks. You don't do no favours. Right. Yeah. When we're bang on centre, look at that. We're nicely centred. Now, just because it's out that far, I'm going to put my tailstock there. Literally, it's just holding barely for a couple of minutes until I get a few cuts done. Right, and for this I'm going on to the box 9mm box hollower, okay? Again, remember we just cut in. Right, that's enough of that. I'm getting that out of the way. No, what I'm going to do, hang on, I'm going to leave it there. No, I'm not. I've changed my mind. I'm taking it away. The chuck's got it good. And I'm not going to make any silly cuts, so we should all be alright. If it vibrates, then I'll change my mind. Okay? Right, okay, let's go. Now what I want to do is I want to come down for this first one. Now make sure you keep your cuts nice and clean. Now what I want to do, I'm going to roll that end over, nice and delicate like that. Oh, a little bit more, because I've still got the little hole there. I can't see it from where I am. Right, let me take another cut. Right, the hole's gone, because what I want, this is something that's probably going to be for kids. Okay, so what I want to do, I don't want to point, I want to make a ball. Okay, I want to do a ball on the top of my tree. Bring this to like we was doing a point on the inside bit and roll it like that, so we can have a ball on the top of our tree, okay? Or should I say a ball of sorts on the top of our tree. Now that's way too big for the top, so we come in. Now I like my trees to go, I don't like them straight. When I say I don't like them straight, I mean I don't want this to be a straight cut, I like it to be curved, yeah? Right, so I'm gonna, that still might be a little bit big, but these are all adjustable. So let's come here, do one more. So get on your bevel. Right, that's it. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the square chisel to run alongside here, so that what I can do, I want to do the nice little cut, see? So I get a nice clean finish on the edge. Just like so. Okay. That just gives me, make sure I'm not going to break out anything, because that's going to come round like there. Now I'm going to come in with my round. Get rid of that fluff up to there. Let me cut that in a bit. Just that fluff on that end. There we go. Nice and delicate. Nicely cut there. Okay. So that gives a really nice clean cut on our edge there. Now, I like to get a slight roll on here. I don't want to go too big with that next branch, so I've got to stay there. Any skipping, don't want to skip. I know what it is, I'm a bit high. I've got my tool rest a little bit high. There, that'll make a difference. That little bit makes a big difference. Right, okay. Now, I like that. I like to do, I don't want straight, like I don't want no straight cuts on this. I want nice little curves. That's got to come in a bit more. That's going to be way too thick. And the way we get that with a beautiful finish under there is to roll the tool, edges come out. Anyway, let's skip turning. Otherwise this will take too long. And everyone will get all moany, won't they? Right, little cut in on that to get that clean finish. Now, as I did say before, you can use the bevel. Coming with a bevel, you can do this cut, but you can only do it for a shortcut. Don't think it's like a skew, and you can come down and do peeling cuts on the ends with it, because it won't work that way. It's unsupported, it hasn't got bevel on that side of the cutter. Get out of it. Right, what I'm going to do to save anything like that happening is I'm going to get where my next one is, which is going to be there. Oh, see what I mean? If you put it unsupported, it will want to skip. You have to be careful of that. We're alright because we ain't nowhere near our finished diameter yet. There, so it shows you that where the skip will come as well. There, we're alright on that. I want to roll that edge. I've already rolled that edge. Yep, they're nice. Okay, so now we're going to come on this one. Alright there. This one, yep, that's it. I don't know whether I'm going to do another one. I think for the height I will do for what I want. So we're in there. Right, okay, let me just do a cut. Yeah, let's come in here. There we go. Just easier to go in with the square when you do the first cut, for the simple reason for getting that nice smooth and clean cut in. This is for, like I said, we're not going to really need to do any sanding on this. Okay, there we go, and this is going to be our last one, which I said we'd do down to here roughly. Whoa, get off, bouncy. Yeah, that's going to be about right, I think. Yeah, that looks alright, yeah?
Yep.
I think so. So that's our finish. Right, okay. Now I'm going to just take that in a little bit. I'll finish with that square there. That one. I'm going to come in a bit here with a parting tool. Right, that'll do for that for a minute. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this one finished. And you see how I roll it and pull out? It's got a little flap to that one, but that's alright because we'll bring that over. Don't want no sharp edges. Yeah, that all looks alright. Get that one over. That one looks alright. Now I'm going to bring this down to size. Actually, I'm going to use the parting tool first. That's going to take too much off. And I want this stem to be 10mm. I've set up a set of calipers for 10mm. Now I'm going to show you a little trick for doing that bottom bit there in a minute. Right. Get rid of some of that. Sorry, I don't want to block you. It's got to go until it's nearly there. There. That's slightly thicker than the parting tool. That's why I've got to do it by wiggling it. Okay. Right, so there we've got that. Now I want to do a little taper. Only a tiny little taper. Because then what we're going to do, we're going to come in here and take this down. That's square. Like so. You've got to just angle it slightly just to get up into there. Like that. And then what we're going to do is put the square on and then drop your handle. And by doing that and dropping that handle, that will give you a really clean finish. So pull square on and then drop your handle. Don't pull back, just sweep the cutter up. And as it comes up, you see it'll give a beautiful fine shaving coming off. Okay? And you'll get a beautiful fine shaving. I've just got to check that that's slightly tapered there. That's it, that's fine. Right, okay. So that's our pre-done. I've got a very little bit of oh, I can't really do that.
Wobbling.
That's going to wobble. I didn't really think about that then. That was a bit silly. So I'll put my finger behind it and I can sort that. It's just there. There was a, yeah, that's all right. It's gone now. There's a slight, just felt a slight sharpness. It wasn't rough. It was sharp. Right. Now a very quick bit of sanding. And obviously if you're not talking and stuff, this goes a lot quicker. Yeah, that's alright. See, that just had that very slight sharpness to that bottom edge. I don't know sharp bits on it, but I said it is for kids. Well, I'll say that.
I'm having one. So big kid at heart.
Right, that's that done, guys. That's our tree. That's the tree bit done. Let's part that off. There we go. Right, see what I mean about how we clean up that bottom to get a nice clean finish on it. And if you look at that tree, we've got lovely clean. We didn't do hardly any sand in there, okay? Virtually no sanding. That's with our carbide. So there we go. Can we do it with a carbide? Yeah, look. Beautiful clean finish. No torn grain at all on that tree, okay? And we've done hardly any sanding, tiny little bit with some 180 grit. I'm going to put that over here. And I'm going to get this bit. I'll get this chuck sorted out and I'll bring you back. Right, okay guys, I've got my chuck sorted out. I've got my piece of wood, I've marked it up just for centres. Now, it's not actually pine, I think this is more spruce. And I picked this up, it's 2 inch by 5 inch, okay, and I had a 6 foot length, it was £3 up the DIY shop. I just picked it up, I thought, yeah, I can use that. It is very, very porous. It is not a very nice wood, okay? So don't beat, if you get any of this sort of stuff, don't beat yourself up about your finish. It finishes all right, but it's not the best of wood, okay? But it's good for what I'm doing because this is going to be painted and everything, okay? So just thought I'd let you know on that. And the other bit that I used for the tree was an off-cut beech that I had. So this can all be done with off-cuts and cheap pieces of wood. Okay, now, notice all the grain is going that way, yeah? So I'm going to make sure that that's going to be the top of my bowl. It just gives you a better chance. If you go that way and you cut up, you're going to tear it up even more. So just look at your wood, and it makes sense, doesn't it? If the grain's going like that and you're going to cut that way, you want it to go with it, it'll give you a better chance on this sort of wood. I know a lot of people do have a bit of trouble with getting tear out. Now, I'm just mounting this between 2 step centres. Okay, and we're going to turn it and put a tenon on it and then do all that sort of magic after that. Now again, you want to use a bowl gouge, you want to use a spindle gouge, you want to use a carbide, use whatever you want to use to get this round, okay? So for me, I'm using a mixture of all tools, so I'm going to let it spin up, okay, and I'm going to use the spindle gouge from the Fine By one, just to keep, like I said, trying them out, okay? That'd be a bit noisy there because one, we're starting to overhang a bit and we're taking corners off. Yeah. So we've got a lot of air, but this is nice and quick. Remember, nice, close, come in, bevel. Oh, a little spin, that's it. See, that's good. That tells me I'm going a little bit greedy. It's smooth now. We're getting smooth now, yeah, because you can hear it, see? So now I'm going to come in and start to get this bit done down here. Slight curve to it like there. I want this sort of shape, see? That's the sort of shape I've just come up with in my head, okay? Now, you don't have to use, I mean, that works fantastic. Look at that, spindle gouge, brilliant. Don't have to use that. If you want, you can use your carbide. And I do say, let me get the longer one now. The standard one, right, okay. Yeah, 9mm box follower. Absolutely fantastic for all this work. Now what I want to do, put a tenon on here. And I'm not worried about perfect circles. So that can come down a little bit smaller than that. Probably to about there. Gonna have to do slightly bit deeper than that. Yeah. It needs to be dovetailed. want to keep this sort of shape here. Yeah, I want that sort of shape, okay? That's the shape I want for my... Just get that a little bit deeper. That's it. Bevel on. Come round, give you a nice controlled cut. That all feels alright. Clean that along there. Yep, that feels nice and sharp. Clean that into that. Yeah, nice. Okay, that'd be enough of the outside. Little sanding on that. So like I said, if you want to use the traditional, use traditional. If you want to use carbide, yes, you can use carbide. It's not a problem. You can cut your tenons with it. You can do everything. This pine, it clogs that. It's not pine, like I said, it's spruce. It has quite a high sap content. It's a very cheap and cheerful wood, but it's doing the job for what we want. Yeah, that's alright, that feels okay. Turn that off. Stop the lathe. There we go. We've got a nice finish, okay? And we've done the last bit of that with the carbide, so as you can see, no problem with getting a good finish off the carbide.
It gives a nice pattern to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's going to be nice.
My battery's just died on me.
Your battery's died, is it?
Yeah.
Right. I'm now going to pop that in my chuck.
Change it quickly.
Right. And there we go. We've got a nice hold there. So we're tight. And all we're going to do is tight and a nip. That is it. That's all we need. Right, I don't need the live tail stop here or the live centre. So take that away and we're going to make this now. Right, okay, let me get the tool rest round here. See, yeah, I'm sort of near enough centre. I want to actually be just slightly a bit lower with my tool rest for the way I'm going to be cutting. Okay, let's start up. Yeah, everything's running lovely and true. Okay, so I'm going to clean the front up. Like so. I want to come in here, I want to get this cleaned here. I want that clean like that, like so. Because what I've got to do a little 10mm hole in there. And that's important to drill that now. Right, so I've got a 10mm drill bit. Right, bring that up to centre. There we go. I'm not slowing down, it's only a little 10mm hole. Just got to take this through, so I'm just going to come in like so. That's about enough. That'll be enough. Right, take the drill bit out. Take the chuck out. Okay. Now on this situation we want to leave the centre cone, okay? I always say don't leave a centre cone. On this one we want to, about there, maybe a little bit less. And I'm going to show you in a minute the way, a little bit of the way to cut this to keep it nice. bit greedy there. Because when we come down and we come up on this, we're going into end grain. This would be lovely if the grain was going this way, but obviously the grain's going this way. So when you're coming on here, if you push in like this, you're pushing into end grain, you're going to tear it the bugger. And we don't want to do that, okay? So we want to come in probably about here. There'll be a little bit of noise because it's getting thinner on the side. And what we have to do is drop our handle, and when we come onto here, see that's our bevel there, no cutting, and we just bring it out and we cut across the top. And what we do by getting this angle here, you can see where we're cutting on here, we're actually, because we've got bevel control, okay, we're slicing up the grain, okay, so that's like turning on the outside of the bowl now. So this is inside of the bowl, that's outside of the bowl. If you was for grain orientation, okay. I think that's the grain there. Right, I don't want to go too thin because I want this to have a bit of weight in its bottom. That feels alright. Might be a little bevel mark to there. Well, it's not bevel, it's bar. There we go, all nice. Right, we'll leave that, pop that back up there for a minute. Little bit of sand in. Like I said, I don't want it too thin, there's a reason for that. It's got to have that little bit of weight to it. Again, a little bit. I'm only using the one grit. No finish on this because it's going to be painted. There we go. Turn that off. There we go, lovely finish. Okay, and see what I mean about the finish up on here. We get a beautiful clean finish on this stem up here. Nice easy cut. Okay, right now I've got to turn it around and take the foot off, or should I say make a foot on the bottom. There we go. So don't want it too shallow, it's got to have a little bit of weight to it. You pop that there. Now then, let me see, what am I going to do with that? No. Yes. Okay. I've got an idea. Hang on, lads. I've got an idea. Okay. Just whack this one on. It's got a real thick dovetail in it. It should hold this. I'm saying it should. If it don't, I'll take it off and put a different one on. Oh, no, it's very slightly loose, sorry. Okay, that won't hold it. That won't hold it.
What about your wooden?
No, I've got my other ones there, don't worry. I have
Got so many.
I have one for every occasion. And that's why I do.
That's why you have them.
I've got a feeling my soft drawers will do it. It's just to quickly take this off, so I don't want to spend too much time messing about. There you go, soft drawers have got it. And if they hadn't, I could have made them slightly bigger if I'd wanted to, if I was that desperate. But, right, okay. Don't make no silly cuts and we won't have no problems. Box follower. Right, now is when you want to get your tool rest slight angle. You don't want it that dead straight across. Let me put my handle the other side out of the way, that's it. Right, and then all we're going to do is come in and make some simple cuts to take this down. I'm going to completely get rid of it. Right, now what I want to do is I want to roll that edge and roll that in. Look, that skipped back, so that's alright because I ain't finished that bit. Right. Roll that in so we get that little detail. Brush across that, that's rolled in there, that's all right there. I think I can see a very slight little, there, looks nice. Okay, just done. That's all we had to do with that bit. Like I say, you could make these nice and quick. Tend to go a bit slower so you can see what I'm actually doing. Because it is about, you know, getting your cuts right and everything. Yeah, it all feels nice. A little sound in there. Just a little finish up on that. All feels nice, yeah. There we go, look.
I like all the patterns on that.
Nice little.
That wood, even though it's so cheap.
It's a beautiful grain.
Yeah, it has a nice
beautiful grain
pattern, isn't it?
on this.
Yeah.
There, no marking because we use soft jaws.
Yeah.
Beautiful grain on it. Yeah, it's not a fantastic wood. Yeah. Right, so let's take the old. Let's take the chuck off. Right, get the table sorted out. Put the table on here. Take the face shield off. And then I'll grab my tree. And there we go, guys. The tree goes in there. And we have a nice little bowl like that. Okay? And that's what it is. Okay? So for little Christmas gifts, and what we've done, at least we'll bring these in. Got a little snowman one, and you can put some nice little chocolate sweets and stuff like that in them. Just painted these ones up, see, and they make great little gifts for the kids, won't they? That one's not been glued in yet. Okay, so many balls have got under the edge. The balls have gone out of the place, but there we go. And again. Let me just take a couple, well, You want the? I couldn't get the small ones.
No.
You know, they do the little small snowballs, didn't they? Didn't have them, but you know, we can get our little snowmen and things like that. Put them in here. If you get the bit of cellophane that they get, wrap them up, bring it over, tie a little bowl. There you go.
Present.
Sell them cheap off at the market, or give them to your kids. If you're doing the trees, that one I've done with a point. I thought afterwards, yeah, I wouldn't. That's why I include that one in, because I thought really, I'd do a ball. You know, you don't want the kid to fall on it, hurt themselves, do you? Bless them. But there you go, guys. All different sizes, all different shapes. Tree, snowman. Probably do a Father Christmas. Could do an angel. Do whatever you want. Just little Christmas gift ideas. Put a few little and. Yeah, boys, yeah, all right. Boys are play around with them, throw and break them when they use them. Like, yeah, what boys are, little shits, aren't they? Girls, you know, the girls will probably keep them, put them by the bedside cabinet. You know, like what they're like, aren't they? They eat one sweet a night. You know, not us with that chocolate all around your mouth, broken toy. Girls, they'll have them there, take one chocolate, and then they keep their little earrings in. I mean, if the snowman, you want to put a little arms on him, they can hang their little rings or their earrings on them, and they keep their little trinkets in there. The girls do that sort of stuff. Boys do that sort of stuff nowadays, don't they, I suppose. Whatever. Who am I to judge? Right, anyway, there you go, guys. Toodle pip, get turning. So I've got to get busy now, because obviously I had my email through.
Yeah.
I was Santa's helper again. What's it about? Probably about the 8th year running now.
Yeah.
He calls on all the best turners. If you ain't had your email yet, keep practicing.
Better luck next year.
Keep practicing.
Keep practicing.
Right. Toodle pip, guys. See you on the next one.
Bye, guys.